Hey, another day, yay. So yeah, let's see what we can get today. And you know, I actually have something I'm a little scared about. I know it's nothing crazy, but I'm a little scared about her actually ending up like Timeless Aiona, actually ending up being medium armor because she now has a shield talent. She can generate shields with her abilities. So I don't know. It's not super. Like it's maybe like a 5% chance for her to be medium armor, and then I would be.
Don't come too close.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about binding these two pieces if she ends up being medium armor. But okay. Let's see. Boye, Dariana, Emerian, Kadath, Werlin, Love Linley, Heaven Doll, Salad Mayhem, Tatsu, Reroll, Flip Exist, and Death. Welcome. And yes, you are absolutely right. The Agara skin is kind of cooked. Okay? If we want to look at it in the most realistic way possible, the Agara skin is in fact cooked, right? Like he looks like a grandpa right here. I mean, we can check it out together. We can zoom in a little bit. Where is it? Right here. We can zoom in a little bit and you can see what I mean. You can't tell me that this guy doesn't look like he's already receiving retirement funds. Right? You cannot tell me that that guy right there doesn't look like he's already getting pensions and has like people that look out for him so he can actually wake up in the morning. Yeah, but I don't know. It just doesn't. He just, he just looks like he old. Really old. Yeah. But all right, let's get everything else back again. Here we go. I mean, overall, it's not like the skin is bad, right? It is a skin, and but they could have done more, right? They could have done more for the amount of money it costs to get the skin. Yes, you would have gotten the monthly pass regardless, but might as well. I mean, if we look at the changes, you'll see the main colors of his outfit changed from like a green and white to a brown and like sand-ish color. His hair color changed from brown to white, and his throne changed from blue-ish to like white-ish. But that's already kind of about it. So this is like, if I had to give this a rarity, this would definitely be a rare skin, right? If this had the rarity attached, it would be rare. It would not be epic, it would not be legendary. No, this would be a rare skin. And so, for those of you wondering, wait, weren't we promised the 10 pull today? Where's the 10 pull? Did I lie to you? The answer is 7 hours after reset, which means in 5.5 hours. Alright? In 5.5 hours, the 10 pull shall be sent. Why is it 7 hours after reset? I have no idea. Okay? I don't know. That guy, he beat us. So we now technically have to beat him if we want rank 1 again. But I don't know if I can be bothered to do so. So, alright, let's start off with our usual daily ritual. Good news as well, pulled nothing from my gear runs. You're gonna get good today as well. Wow, that's fantastic. Color number 1 and color number 2. Yep. In 5 days, Aiona, pretty much yes. On the 7th, we now have the 1st. So technically speaking, it's 6 days. So yeah, 6 days, alright? On the 7th, an hour after reset, we get the whole new set of events and the like. Can you recommend me a team for Sheila? I looked at a guide in Discord, but I don't have Lamine, Teen Hearty, Teen or Seth, so am I basically cooked? No, you just use Van Helsing. I'll show you a run. Let me finish this after, and I can show you a run on my free to play. Yeah, you just gotta let me finish this time one, and we can quickly hop over and do a run there. And no, I don't know who we just boosted. No clue. You got to chapter 13? Yes, sir! Good job, man. Now you can experience the enjoyment that is chapter 13.6. You can taste death. Have fun. Need help with the 15.5, the Darcy's level. More BP is always a good idea. But overall, yeah, try dealing with the shield mages, right? The same way you dealt with 12.8, try to apply like a similar idea to this stage. How am I? Pretty fine, doing pretty well as usual. Yeah, we're kind of mostly just waiting, huh? We're just waiting for like summer stuff to calm down a little bit, for us to get some maybe like last minute information on the skill multipliers. But yeah, okay. Let me see. Alright, let me yeah. Tell me what you think about this question. There you go. All right, let me know. You have a new poll up right now. You can vote based on what you think, and I'm very curious. I'm very curious what your expertise slash prediction is for Timeless Aiona release. Hey Scott, welcome. Sit in a corner and wait for idle rewards then? Yeah. Basically. Basically. Side grade. Yeah, I mean, but to be fair, one of them has to be slightly stronger, right? It's unlikely for them to be tied. Huh? I don't know. To be fair, I don't know how tanky she'll be, considering that she like can't be healed. She just sacrifices her health for a shield. But I guess she works well with the standard Aiona. Or not standard Aiona, steroid Aiona. She's more AoE? Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, right? Like, it's so hard to place her as a particular character. I mean, what does she actually do, kind of deal, right? Like, what's her purpose? I mean, it looks like she'll basically be the one that always gets healed, but she never gets healed because she gets shielded instead. So maybe she'll ruin your whole team by being unhealable. Period. I don't think we need new shield tanks. If you think a shield tank is going to make her better, then shouldn't Steroid Aiona plus Timeless Aiona plus Friedrich already be like the dream combo? Or I guess even Theophane, who's also, you could say, shield based. Yeah, and also something that someone pointed out, the reduced attack speed obviously does not work on bosses, right? So this is more like a story pushing debuff. Huh? Do we get the 10 normal summons today? Yes, in 5 hours and 18 minutes. 5 hours and 18 minutes is when you get your free summon. I mean, Van Helsing does it too, right? Van Helsing also has a special that says deals damage based on HP lost. And it's not like everybody remembers Van Helsing for his special, you know? But yeah, we'll have to see. Hi, you new here. I would like to ask, should I put for my 4th fleeting Bellow at least have 1 Lorelei? At least have 1 Lorelei. Yeah. You're probably better off getting 1 Lorelei rather than a 4th fleeting Bella. Because keep in mind, Lorelei will disappear after her banner ends and nobody knows when she comes back. Could be super quick, could take ages. We don't know, right? Also, Stereoid Aiona, Stereoid Aiona stocks are already here. I don't think they need to go much higher. I don't believe Stereoid Aiona needs to go much higher, stock-wise. But yeah. Alright. You already got the 10 Blue Dawn summons? Yeah, that's probably because you're on the C side of things, right? Your server starts with a 20,000 rather than a 10 or 15. You should have gotten yours around 11 hours ago, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so someone wanted us to play around the Sheila, right? Let's play around the Sheila then. Someone wanted us to play a fight of Sheila to potentially help them clear it themselves. So let me swap accounts real quick. There we go. Alright, here we go. After finally buying Stereo, I'd fully agree now being above Seth in the rankings, even though I still use Seth progression. Yep, she is fantastic. Like, okay, sure, you have some trouble if you like try to shield a channeling unit, but still. Stereoid, man, she good. Also, we have to find the time at some point to push the free-to-play. Look at all these resources. Look at all these chickens. And we haven't even pushed, you know? So we could probably go to like 14.6. We might be able to move up to like 55, 56, 57 KBP. But we have better things to do, right? We're meant to build a Sheila team. You just pulled a tier Hearty and a normal Bella. Hey, congrats. Haven't even ascended yet. Too much clicking. Gotta be honest with you, too much clicking, not enough reward. So, this is the base setup. One source of AoE, Van Helsing, Stereoid Aiona, Acapella, melee tank. Are the PvP rankings cross-server or per-server? It depends. Like some, you're getting put into like brackets with other people. So it's like cross-servers, but not SEA versus EU/US. But it's not like you're just getting matched with people of your server. Okay, so let's go. Let's play one rotation of Sheila. So T-Amy over Bella, you're looking for a melee tank. Makes it easier to survive through the sword phase. A shield breaker. I feel like we would need to get a piece of content where breaking shields is good first. You know? I don't know. Alright, let's do that again. So we obviously want to destroy the eggs. So we give ourselves the shield, we give ourselves the boost. There we go. Why you use tank in Sheila? Takes the fire. Just takes the fire away. Like takes off some pressure off of our units. Alright. So we wait, we destroy all of them before they explode. We have some more eggs to deal with. Alright, now we push into the next phase. And now it becomes interesting. Because now it's just going to be a combination of us shielding and dealing damage. See, now we're going to do it. See, it's a bit tricky. But preferably what you want to end up with is a situation where you have your Van Helsing, where you have your shields, and then you just have to shield at the right time. We obviously have to do that again because that shit failed like there's no tomorrow, but hey, I never said this is gonna be easy, right? Never said this was gonna be easy. Whoops. I did not intend to move my units. Alright, so we got rid of the X before the phase transition. Alright, here we go. Sword phase. Big sword attack. Normal sword attack. Normal sword attack. Shielder saves. Healer saves. Enter into Blood Moon. Normal sword attack. Normal sword attack. Bad sword attack. Bad sword attack. Okay? Normal sword attack. Blood Moon. Shield yourself. Normal sword attacks. Normal sword attacks. Normal sword attacks. Everything fine. Everything fine. Everything fine. Bad sword attack. Shield yourself. Alright? Rinse and repeat. Bad sword attack. Continue. Bad sword attack. And then there's one or two scenarios. Either your damage is, or your damage is not enough. And that's it. You can target the Plague Wing, but you don't want to do it. It is actually better for you not to target the Plague Wing. Keep in mind, we haven't played it perfectly, but it is easier to get 9 fragments on Sheila by not destroying the sword. Because if you do destroy the sword, you can target it. We could target it with a Siren. You're just going to end up in a situation where you need a ton and a ton and a ton of AoE damage to actually deal with the eggs and also deal with the swarm waves, right? Yeah, exactly. It is super easy, right? Like once you get to level 140 average on your units, preferably level 141, you're done there. Best team for Spirit Baphomet, super easy. Like Spirit Baphomet is incredibly easy, alright? Super simple. You go in. Let's do it on trial. I won't run the run for you, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you... Like, you can heal against the insane damage. You've seen how it only targeted our melee tank? And then there's only, like, the big sword that does the AoE? No, it needs to be a melee tank. You would have to use someone like Friedrich or Theophane. But, okay, so... Quick recap here, super easy. You need 2 things, and that is a AoE damage dealer, and then you need a second one, right? So, for example, Daikalo plus Theobald, Daikalo plus Lamia, Daikalo plus Agaris, Daikalo plus anybody else, Lemine plus anybody else. And then you go in and you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and that is minions get summoned, use AoE attack, destroy the minions, and you do it again, right? So that's how you deal with Baphomet, Spirit, Cacodemon. Okay, now let's actually take on an endgame boss. Because it's once again time to see what kind of gear we're meant to get today. Since we're asking, what's a good team for Clive because they get Wolf to summon and they don't have enough damage to kill them all? I mean, Van Helsing plus Cyrene, right? If you have Van Helsing and a Cyrene, you can basically solo the boss with Van Helsing. Okay, not quite Van Helsing plus Cyrene, but Van Helsing, Fleeting Bella, Cyrene, and then easy peasy. Hey, German, welcome, welcome. Incendiary Agaras and Lamia works so great on Baphomet. Cecia is also incredibly good on Baphomet. No Cyrene. If you don't have a Cyrene, you can still run a Van Helsing, but then you need an AoE damage dealer or a single target unit like Lorelei, like Lamia, like Del Carlo to help take care of the wolves. But your only choice is go in with the Van Helsing, trigger Van Helsing's ult when the wolves come in, and then focus your attacks on the golden wolves. If you take out the golden wolves, then the wolves stop coming in, right? These elite wolves summon more wolves, so you want to take care of them. Alright, who is it today? Ah, it's the easiest one. It is the easiest one of them all. We just need to make sure we have Cyrene geared. Alright, let's take on the easiest boss of them all. Man, this boss is fun. Clive is easier than Sheila? Yes, Clive is definitely easier than Sheila. Basically almost auto? No, more like absolute full auto, no discussion. But yeah, you're pretty much right. So we start off with these tentacles, and then we use the goat, right? We use the goat Van Helsing. And then we boost the goat Van Helsing. We restore some rage. And we make sure we target the head. It is an interesting boss to fight, I gotta be honest with you here. It is definitely an experience. Just make sure you have someone like a Bella with you, right? Because Bella summons, they get eaten first. And if they get eaten, nobody really takes damage. So yeah, by far the best boss ever. Who said something about nerfs? Should you get Cyrene? Abso-fucking-lutely. 100% you should. For Clive, I run Fleeting Bella VH for damage and Lorelei for Wolves and I? Yep. You think Fleeting / Van Helsing is gonna get nerfed? No. Like, in general, gacha games don't nerf. They only buff old characters. Can you choose VH target? Yes, if you use a Cyrene. If you use a Cyrene, you can make a Van Helsing retarget. But if not, he'll also just auto-target what you need to hit. Okay. I haven't checked out Sensor Tower for the revenue for the game yet. Maybe I will. But, okay. First job of the day, we want tier 9 light armor, faction, or an hammer. Ha! Woo! Good stuff. Good stuff. One hammer. Alright. Next one.
We won. Though this game wasn't much fun.
Nothing. Okay. Last one.
There's more than one way to take what you
Ooh.
Meow.
That piece is awful. I present to you just the exclusive piece. Ta-da! This is a Gestel only piece. Yeah. Huh? Just join. Why would Aiona make Van Helsing irrelevant? Did we get a full kit or still just ult? I did a full kit review on... Oh, give me a second. I'm getting a call. I did a full kit review on my latest video around like 2 or 3 hours ago. Back in a sec. Ja, also du kannst den Ravioli, glaube ich, machen heute. Ich habe aufgebraucht die Chili con Carne Sachen, die da waren. Meinst du, das hält sich nicht bis morgen? Haben wir noch Aufbackbrötchen oder so eine Scheiße da? Ja, klar, müssen wir dann so machen. Ja, dann macht irgendwie noch Joli heute und dann ab morgen machen wir Burger und dann am Tag danach den Gulasch. Alles klar, na dann. Tschüss. Alrighty. You just finished PvP for today, rank 8. Nice. I hope you're not in the same bracket as I am, otherwise I'll have to beat you. Alright, let me see. They put like 8 million just off of mobile. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Hammer, let's go! Indeed. Also, pro tip, if you want to use Acapella when Helsing Fleeting in PvP, you have to order it Acapella Helsing Fleeting. If you do it Acapella Fleeting, Helsing Fleeting will target the ulting Acapella. You know what I always like to do? Helsing Fleeting Acapella. How about that? Just joined, poll closed, heavy armor sucks. Also for Bella, no. No, Bella is medium armor. No wonder Baphomet is hard for me. Full auto always never targets the minions. Absolutely understandable. You were thinking of saving the elixir thingy to redeem Cyrene for maybe another character. The character will show up in like 6 months. Like the soonest time I see us getting a second ancestor is 6 months. that is when I think about, oh, okay, when are we gonna get the next one in that? I would say like 6 months. Like, it is a feature that they probably shouldn't be rushing. Like, my idea would be something like this. Half-year anniversary, number 2. And then anniversary, 1 year anniversary, this is probably going to be like Dracula, right? So, this is Dracula half-year and full year anniversary, right? Anniversary 1, half-year, whoever, and this is then probably Dracula, and that is because, look at this. This looks like an ancestor, right? Way more shiny than those. So, middle character, anniversary, and then, yeah. See, at least that's what I'm going with at the moment. No guarantees. No guarantees, but I think it's safe to assume you can at least get one Cyrene. SMK ZZZZ, good morning. But it's still best not to pour. You know, for me personally, I just have the opinion of, if they introduce the next character, I'm just gonna win Clan Hunt, okay? Dracula the first otherworldly? No. Dracula is in lore, in story. Otherworldly characters need to be collaborations. Yeah, just win Clan Hunt. Exactly. Like, if I need to get another character, I'm not scared about my meat. I'll just win Clan Hunt and we'll be fine. Okay. We have some characters to upgrade. We need 2 more to break through the 180 wall. Do we have the resources? Okay, we need 16,000. Hey, girl, welcome. Yeah, it should only be collabs. Anything else does not make sense. Oh, and for those of you curious, if you are annoyed by this clicking, you can just hold. It doesn't tell you anywhere, but you can just hold and it's gonna auto click. Can I ask, I just got a hearty from Lorelei promo, but I have 3-star Stereate Aiona. Should I replace her? Isn't it worth it? What? Okay, let me think. Can I ask, you just got a hearty from a Lorelei promo, but you have a 3-star Stereate Aiona. Should you replace her or isn't it worth it? What does Hearty have to do with anything? Right? I don't know. 21k gems and still searching for one more F Bella copy and then they release another banger? Yup. Where's your 10 pull? It's 5 hours. 5 hours from now it comes in the mail. Okay, so you got a Seth, and you're wondering if you could replace her for Steroid Aiona? Yes, you can, but you don't have to, right? You can, but you don't have to. Like, if you want to use Seth, but keep in mind it's probably going to be a BP difference unless you match skill ups and the levels and the like. Okay, so there was a guy that asked, what do you do with your hourly resources? The answer is super simple. You instantly use them. On one condition, okay? If you are stuck in story, if you are stuck in hard mode, you use everything that is not divine blood, okay? You use your soulies, you use everything that's not the blue resource, right? So for example, as you can see, we have these guys lying around, but we're always using our pure blood, we're always using our coins, but only do it if you're stuck. If you can still push story, don't use them. If you're stuck in story, you can actually use these things without any fear. Alright, let's break through. So 180 to 181. 180 to 181. Are we done? Yeah, I think we are. So we can now once again invest everything we have into Van Helsing. Muhahaha. There we go. Level 183. Your blue one capped at 33 an hour. Yeah, see, the reason why you're not using the blue ones is because this value can still increase, right? If you increase your level, you can still get more of the blue ones, and you only need to use it, like, the time you get the blue ones is when you need them. Let's say level 120 to 121, 140 to 141, 160 to 161, 180 to 181. You know the deal, right? Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly when you use the Divine Blood Essence. If you are on 120 to 121, 140 to 141, everything like that, that is when you use them, and then you save them again until you're stuck, right? Then you save them again until you're stuck. And that's also the reason why it even makes sense for you to buy these ones right here, right? You see how we bought the sunscreen, and yes, we did that on the free-to-play too. We also bought all the sunscreen in the shop on the free-to-play, and that is so that we can run Nightmare, 2H11, and bing bang boom, 40 additional hours of pure blood.
Wasn't much fun.
Or divine blood, my bad. Yeah, I don't know, this monthly pass, I gotta be honest with you, the value is only like, The value is only like, You know, the one where we're gonna get the Ressa skin in is better value than this one, because it's not premium summons, and it's only like $1 per summon. I don't know. It's definitely not the best pack ever. I really goofed by not saving all my sunscreen for Nightmare. Hey, you'll be able to be exactly like all we are once the 14th hit. No, the 7th. On the 7th, we'll exactly get another one. There's no point buying it. Yeah, I'll probably get it regardless, just so I have all the skins, right? It's not gonna make sense. It's not the best deal, but I'm probably gonna do it just so I have them all. Collector spirit. I kind of don't understand the last video you posted. Will Ancestral Aiona be available on the Ancestral Selector you get after 450 pulls? No. No, she won't. So let's talk about coffins and when, where, how. So coffins are bound to events. The content of a coffin can change between events, but the content of a coffin never gets changed after you obtain it, right? Like, let's say you have an event where there's a coffin that includes 6 different SSRs. That if you get that coffin, it's always going to be the same 6. Then if you get another event that gives you a coffin, that coffin could contain 7, 8, 9, 10 characters. But the one you got from the first event is always going to contain the same 6. Right? Like, coffins are bound to the event from which you got them, rather than being something they just add characters into. Are we buying the skin match on PvP shop? Yes. Yes, here let me show you an example. This was Van Helsing Marksman Spirits. I bought Marksman Spirits, but I try to only buy the spirits that I actually need for a character, and I try to avoid buying this crystal ball chest right here. Also, don't buy gear. Fuck that. That is ass. Okay, gear is ass.
Forward to your next visit. Do remember to come back.
Do you just do 4 attempts in Blood Arena, or do you pay Moon Tears for more PvP? The more you play, and the further you get, you can see how we actually have 5 extra attempts. So we can do 5 attempts rather than 4, but in general, it's not worth it. Like, the only people that are gonna get top 1 and top 3, which are the ones where the chests are, you could say, relevant, right? You see number 1, 2, 3. Those guys are paying way more gems than you actually get back. Like, if you play Arena, you just play Arena. There is, like, you're not gonna make your gems back, right? You're not going to make your gems back if you spend on Arena extra entries. Should we save for the vessel in that shop? Aiona cannot appear here. Aiona is not gonna appear here. Fleeting Bella is not gonna appear here. And Lorelei is also not gonna appear here, right? Played the game for a week and love it. Beautiful. Why we buy Soli but not Divine Blood? Just because I'm a bit shy on Divine Blood at the on Soli at the moment, and I have enough Divine Blood, right? But it depends. Like, you can honestly here you can pick whatever you want. You could either get more Soli, like this would be 300,000, or you could be buying more Divine Blood if you need extra Divine Blood. It depends. Are you currently stuck on a threshold, or do you need currency to level up? Like, those two, it doesn't really make a difference what you get. Yeah, I mean, aren't we talking about the same thing, right? Like, buy your first Pavana and then you can think about the skill resources, right? Yes, you can use your Ancestral Coffin. There's no point. There is Ancestral Aiona won't be added into that. Do you summon for Lorelei? You have 5 from Pity. Do your 5 summons. Wanna know why? Because Pity does not get shared between Aiona banner and limited banner. Okay? So look at these names. You see how this says perennial? So this is a perennial banner. This is a standard banner, no tag. This is called a limited banner. You see the tag? And then the ancestral banner is gonna have like an ancestral tag at the top. And only banners with the same tag share the same pity. Right? Mm, 8k event currency on Soli. I hope you can still buy out the shop, my guy. I hope you can still buy out the shop. That is a lot of event currency on Soli. Okay. Will Ancestral use the regular or red summons? Red summons. There is, so for those of you scared, there is no third currency. Okay? There is no third currency. This is what you use, and you can also use your gems. Alright? How are the rates? 25% chance if you pull an SSR for it to be Aiona. And then on top of that, if you do not get an Aiona within 119, the 120th is guaranteed to be her. And you also get 30 free summons on top of that. But yeah. 3 Bellas and a Nadina and 10 pull. That is pretty sweet. Alright, SSR.
Me, and I may consider allowing you aboard the
That is not an SSR. This is Goldland. Sad.
setting the chaotic world.
Ooh, we can level up again.
All is for the
85.
chaotic world right. That is my
And let's get her in 110 pull. Absolutely, that's the plan. I mean, what else would we do if not get her in a 10 pull, you know? Man, this piece is such a waste. This is such... I mean, at least for now. Like, look at our Bloodborne tank variety.
I've been waiting for you. Come.
The perfect character to use this piece on. Like, I couldn't have imagined a better piece or a better character. Seth is bigger than Tihati. No other option for that coffin in your opinion? Oof. I don't know, man. Jester is absolutely cool, yes. But I don't think I'm gonna use her much. I'm still unsure if I buy the summer skin. It's limited, right? Like, if you don't buy it within the next 5 days and 21 hours, it might not come back until a couple months. But it doesn't matter, right? Either you buy it or you don't, that's your call. You do think the next vessel we get would be a tank? I mean, keep in mind though, tanks don't necessarily sell. You're free to play and kinda stuck. What should I do with my lineup? I told upstairs, can someone use a suggestion? Oh, okay, you have a 3-star Bella, 3-star Stereo Aiona, 2-star Lorelei, 2-star Carlo, 1-star Capella, 2-star Harty, and Triss plus bench and star Garrison. Seth, what should I do with your lineup? Bella, Stereo Aiona, Lorelei, Del Carlo, a cappella. Just run those as your team. Exactly. She is by far probably the best SR we currently have. Absolutely.
Don't come too close. I don't want you to get hurt.
Alright, let's do some hammer gambling. My ancestor coffin will come after 20 more summons. I'm missing Lemine, Agaris, and Tinoa. I think Tinoa and a good choice. Wait, my ancestor coffin will come after 20. You're missing a Lemine, Agaris, and Tinoa? Yes, Tinoa is the best choice out of those 3. The music is always amazing? Absolutely. Okay. After this one, we're not going to be using any hammers anymore for a whole week. Okay? This is the last hammer we do until Aiona releases, because we need to save some hammers for her gear. So this is the last hammer we'll use for a whole week. And here it goes. Holy! Oh my! Now if this isn't a resource well spent. Oh! Sweet! You know, I got so confused, you cannot even really tell how many bars that is. I thought we had like 15 max bars, but oh my! Physical damage bonus and crit rate. Ui. Absolutely worth it. Let me, this one, right? Keep original. What a good hammer. What a good hammer. Wait, why did you roll the attack speed slot 3? Because I don't care enough about it. I mean, it was level 1, 6.6%. Or like, no, yeah, not worth it. Keep original, absolutely. Ha! What a nice piece, man. So we now have a 8.6% stronger, 8.6% more likely to crit Tihati. Seems alright. Yep.
Don't come too close.
Fantastic, man. I love it. What a piece. I know I can roll it to a higher value, but you want to know the odds? Right, let's look at refinement. You're looking at 5%. Or, okay, let's say any improvement is an improvement. We have exactly 12% chance. Does Pestilence itself crit? I never bother checking. Even if it doesn't, Tihati can crit and that's good enough. How are you gonna get any slot 3 roll now? I just locked the 2 of them. And then I would have to recast until I get a 3rd slot. I can just lock them. Right? I can just pay more hammers. But you have to look at it like this. You have to look at it like this. for the next year, basically, getting 2 stats on 4 different pieces is better than getting 3 stats on 1 piece, right? So this piece is basically done. There is no reason for us to push it any further. This piece checked off. We can worry about this. Like, this headpiece needs it more. I mean, what the fuck is this? To a degree, right? Yeah. When have we started getting tier 9s? Let me check. So we did a stream and we called it Can We Beat 15.8 Today? We did a stream called Can We Beat 15.8 Today? And then we did a day 2 version. And on day 2, we actually managed to beat it. So I can tell you the exact date when we started unlocking tier 9 faction as well as the like. July 22nd, which means it's now been 10 days. It's been 10 days since we've unlocked the gear dungeon. Yes, you cannot transfer it. It is indeed overload gear. Here it's called echo gear. Right? It's called echo gear, but to a degree, yeah, it's basically the same thing. Can 14.8 be done with a 13k deficit? Okay, let's check out 14.8. Let's do a little bit of math and see how high the percentage is. 14.8, 73,000. So calculator. 73,000. So, okay, we take 60,000 and we divide that by 73,000. Yes, can be done. It's just hard. It's possible, it's just hard. You just did the same with 15k for Divine Blood? Ouch. But how do you get these equipments for free to play? And do you think I should use a Ascendant Coffin on an Ascendant unit? I have to go once or a new one? Go for a new one in your coffin. And the way you can get them is from this dungeon right here. Right? Like, you know what's interesting? I know for a lot of you it's gonna be far away, right? Even for our free to play, it's probably a month away, maybe a month and a half. But the moment you get 86,000 account power, okay? 86,000 account power, you can go into this fight. The rest of the power is gonna come from an Agaris. You're getting an Agaris you can use alongside of your team. If you have 86,000 account power, you can beat 15.8. And the day you beat 15.8, you unlock the 4th gear dungeon. And the 4th gear dungeon sets everyone to level 200. So you can actually beat the 4th gear dungeon day 1 you unlock it. And yeah, after that, there's nothing else to improve towards, right? At least for now, that is the highest stage to be beaten. And that also, I guess, unlocks, yeah, the last piece of content, right? So, yeah. Do I have videos to fully beat Sheila or Clive? Yes, I have both. I'm thinking about making an updated guide, but anything I said during any of these videos is still 100% valid currently. So I don't believe I have to make an updated version. But if you really want to, I could make one. Can we get Ancestor Aiona and the Ancestor Selector? No. Okay, Dutchman's Revenge, time 1 more. Yeah, Dutchman's Revenge. We need to take revenge on this guy right here. 42. You just got past 60, but I guess I need a bit more for 14.7. Yeah, but I mean, if you just got past 60, you're getting close, right? And keep in mind, we're getting an event. We're getting an event no matter what. Again on the 7th. So that should be a nice push again. Okay, I will check it since I have 62, but I would be able to beat it, I guess, but you still could manage to do it. Yeah, I mean, see, as I said, it is possible. You just have to play it to a certain level, right? You don't have to rush this game. When do we get the temple? 4 hours and 30 minutes. 4 hours and 30 minutes is when you get the temple. Like, you're not in a rush, right? It's an idle game for a reason. You don't have to, like, you're not competing against anyone besides yourself.
Who don't know some
Alright, let's see if we have what it takes to beat this stage right here.
I still remember how to use power. Remember to protect me, little
20,080, so we can potentially... Ooh, our Lamia is gearless.
merchandise.
Ah, because we gave it all to Cyrene. Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess we're fine. Can't wait for the reskinned gold land. What are we gonna do with reskinned gold land, man? How do I know which artifact is good for who? I have a video going over every single artifact and every single character it's good for. It's called the Ultimate Artifact Guide. So if you want to know who, where, how, when, you can watch that. Alright, let's get this final stage over with, and yeah, let's get some extra easy summons. Perfection. Yeah. Oh, completion reward. Nice. For the player who asked how to beat 14.7, how did he pass 14.4 with that low BP? I mean, 14.4 is all about either Lorelei or Daikalo. You can use Lorelei or Daikalo to just perma CC, or at least that's what you want to try. You want to perma CC Joanne. You have a copy of Fleeting Bella, none of Lorelei. Should I go for more copies than Bella and one of Lorelei, or save up for Ancestral Aiona? That's a decision you have to make for yourself. But keep in mind, Lorelei and Fleeting Bella are currently limited. We don't know when they come back. And they already confirmed that Ancestral Aiona will enter into the standard pool. So Blue Dawn summons, Ancestral Shards, once her banner runs out. So you have to weigh these two options for yourself. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I would like for all of you to have a copy of Lorelei and Fleeting Bella. But if you want to prioritize an ancestor that is guaranteed at 120, you can also do that too. But yeah, it's kind of something you have to decide for yourself. I can't quite. Yeah, I can't quite take that away from you or do that or make that decision for you, because it depends on, like, are you fine with not getting a unit for X amount of time but getting like a higher rarity unit? Or would you rather make sure you get the limited units and you're not that bothered and just get Aiona later, right?
Setting the chaotic world right. That is my life's purpose.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. 86,000, 118,000, 106,000. Alright. Which skill should you prioritize for Van Helsing and Fleeting Bella? For Fleeting Bella, you want her special, so you get more healing, as well as the ultimate. And for Van Helsing, you want the ult first, and then the one after. Which server am I on? 10,006. Or better said, EU/US servers. Your units die too fast in 14.7 at the moment. You have to use the unit that is given, but she does negative damage. Yeah, you should be, like, starting from chapter 12, anytime you see a trial unit, use the trial unit, alright? Who's my main team? Yeah, I mean, I can show you. Right? 7,000 per. 7,000 per, so 35,000 total is what you need to go from 160 to 161. And yes, that is exactly what it takes to go from 140 to 141. The cost stayed the same.
Hey, newcomer, let's play Oh, what? You don't look like much at all. Why? Oh, what? You don't look like much at all. Why in the world?
Alright, so this is my current main team. That is what I do, right? Like the day of the skill reset event, I have a guide on which skills to prioritize. 180 is 1,000 more expensive. 180 is 8,000 per. Why would you save the 10 pull? Okay, technically, if you are a gambling man, you could be saving the 10 pull for Stereo Aiona when she gets added to the pool. If you are a gambling man, you could save the 10 pull of the Blue Dawns, yes. And she will be in the Ancestral Shards, yes, but she won't be in the Ancestral Selector. Alright, so this is my main team.
Need help, little one?
We have, not quite. So we have a Lamia, we have a Lorelei, we have a Fleeting Bella, we have a normal Bella, and then we have a Van Helsing. Yeah. That is my current main gang. Yes, yes I am. Okay. Ooh, looks like we're gonna pass the survival stage today. Breaking through level 180 actually helped us quite a bit. Maybe we'll fail. I don't know. Van Helsing, save you! Ah, shit. 15 seconds. Okay. Can Fleeting Bella target herself? No? Ah. What best artifact slot for Timeless Aiona? I have Truth. The basic attack artifact. Looking at her kit and the like, the best artifact for her again is also going to be the Eye of Truth.
I still remember how to use power. Remember to protect me.
What does Lorelei do? AoE sleep with basic attack. You see how she does these like lightning stacks? Once there's 4 of them, it's an AoE sleep. And then on top of that, you also have the ability to set units to sleep while she ults. Like while a Lorelei ults, units cannot wake up from sleep. And then you also deal increased damage to sleeping targets. That's what Lorelei does. Come on, 9 seconds. Fleeting Bella, heal yourself. 5, 4. We can do this. We can do this. Trust me. We just need to hope that Fleeting Bella can clutch it out for us. Because the funny part about Fleeting Bella is once her possession ends, she's not hittable for 6 seconds. So we basically already are safe for 10% of the survival stage duration. Which is obviously pretty good. We're close, we're close. You get arrested from a rare shot. Nice. It's more about BP at the moment. Like we could replace Bella, but we have 21-5, 23-8, 24-9, and 26-4, while Aiona's only 29, Carlos 28, Hati would be 23, Acapella would be 19-8. So it's to make sure that we are as close as possible to the BP requirements, because it just makes our life easier.
Raw materials for my
What we can try though is potentially use Lorelei in a different spot where she can hit more units. Because if she sets more units to sleep, then we have less trouble to deal with, you know? Alright, so like this we're losing units quite quickly, huh?
need help, little one.
I'm purely free to play. Should I pull for Lorelei? I only pulled for Lamia ever since and have been saving my pulls till now. You should pull for Fleeting Bella. But the way you describe it, you do have a Fleeting Bella. I mean, look at it like this. The perfect scenario for you currently would be have 21,000 gems or an equivalent in summons and get a Lorelei. If you can manage both, then you're not only guaranteed a timeless Aiona, but you also have both limited units, right? Is Lorelei and Pavana a good combo? Only really in PvP. Only really in PvP.
I still remember how to use
Because then you could say standard gameplay, you only really end up using one of them, and that is Lorelei. Because look at that. Look at that AoE hits on the sleep. Very, very impressive. All right, let's see. Come on, 2 stacks, 3 stacks, one more stack, one more stack. Survival stages, huh? When do copies start giving diminishing returns? Copies always give diminishing returns because it's flat stats. But the sweet spot is 3. Because the first, the second, and the third copy give the biggest stat increase. Eye of Truth was always better for Van Helsing. Eye of Truth was always better for Van Helsing. And even with Fleeting Bella existing, the multiplier, the 25% more basic attack damage dealt multiplier on the level 1 talent is just too good. Okay, maybe try it like this. See if we can... Oh, look at this, look at this. We just did a little bit of replacement, and this is most likely going to win us the game right here. Because these guys, you see these like archer guys, those guys are hella annoying. So the ability to put them to sleep, yeah, this is probably going to carry us right here. Do you think I should hold off on upgrading Van's ult until we know more about Aiona? You can. But also keep in mind, we are getting a skill reset event, so even if it's a mistake, you can just reset your Van Helsing. Right? It's going to cost you one of the 5 currencies you're going to be given. So you can just upgrade him now, use him for like all the benefits he has, and then if you really don't like him or you like Timeless Aiona more, just reset him. As I said, this shit is gonna win us the game. And now we just need to hop into Van Helsing and we've basically won. Good stuff. Does one item of skill reset all skills or one per item? Complete. You reset the full character. You get 5 instances of full resets, and if you have some from the first event left over, you'll have multiple. Does EOT5 stack with Bella ult? No. But it also makes units like Cyrene attack faster, it makes units like Lorelei attack faster, and you also don't always ult. Like, Fleeting Bella ult isn't 100% uptime anyway. It's hard to say if she's gonna be the best unit in the game. I gotta be honest with you here. Because looking at her kit, she screams AoE rather than single target. And the only real point where you need a damage dealer is if you need like a boss stage, Prophecy, Clan Hunt, all that. Having like a good main carry, single target wise, kind of is more valuable, right? Can you save the skill reset? Yes, you can. But keep in mind, you will only be able to skill reset during these events. So for example, like us, we have 2 more anachronometers, right? You're gonna get sent 5 of those in the mail on the day of the event. But if you don't use them, or if there's no event, you also won't be able to use them, right? Which stage is the next big roadblock after 14.4? 14.7. But I gotta be honest with you here, the whole chapter 14 just gets really big BP jumps, which might always on its own stop you like a day or two each. New skin for normal Agaras is the new monthly boon / battle pass. I like how I don't feel FOMO at all. You're probably gonna get it anyway, huh? You don't have a choice. 14.4 is impossible? No. 14.4 is very possible. You just, like, if you want, you have two choices, okay? Either you wait until you have enough BP to crush the stage, or you go into the stage and you accept the fact that you will do a lot of retries to try and stop Joanne from completely whooping your ass. Right? Like those are the two options you have. The Carlos skin is an easy buy. The Ressa skin is an even easier buy. Maybe. I don't know. But it is probably gonna be including some wild animations again. But I'm really excited for the Gilrain skin. Kinda wanna see in which direction do they take a skin for a male character, you know?
Need help, little one? I promise that's not a custom.
You just managed to beat it? Nice. But yeah, this is the full power of Lorelei. Look at how many people she hits. Do you see this range? Every single one of these units is getting sent to Nirvana, to Sleepland. That is the power of a Lorelei. And what you can then do is boost the Lorelei. And while Lorelei is in her ult, none of these units wake up. Right? You see how they all sleep? They don't wake up. That is what makes Lorelei so valuable, you could say. How you solve the Dutchman puzzle revenge stage from Merchant Ship 1?
Before the face of justice.
Let me see. I need to remember that. I need to see the name to know which stage we're talking about. Communion, Hermetic Order, Tribunal, Merchant Ship 1. I think it was quite easy. What you need to make sure is don't get spotted. If you get spotted, the end boss becomes stronger, right? So make sure you don't get spotted. Otherwise, I don't believe there were any like crazy shenanigans in there. And yes, Gilrain better have some good hair jiggle. Otherwise, is he even a skin? Though I do feel like he's gonna have quite a lot of that, because already his like store picture looks like that guy is hair jiggling all over the place. But yeah, I really like to just use a Lorelei to make enemies never wake up again. Send them into eternal slumber, there you go.
Troublemaker falls silent.
The puzzles require too much IQ? No, it's... Okay, listen. Only the first 4 are actually difficult. The 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th stages you can actually play yourself and you'll have fun. Trust me. The riddles aren't nearly on the same level of difficulty, okay? Like, if you got scared because Dutchman's Revenge was difficult on like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd or 4th, just play the others now. Like, those stages are way easier. Puzzles with Aiona are the hardest. Yeah, but only that first one. It's only the first one where she got introduced that really made your head hurt. Everything after just... It's fun. It's not hard, it's fun. You said earlier that I should pull for Lorelei if I already have a guaranteed amount of pulls for Aiona, which I do, but I'm considering pulling for Aiona's min-max copies. Keep in mind, my guy, you're looking at 120 summons per copy. Right? if you're looking to min-max a Aiona, I don't think you're in a situation where I have to tell you if you should or shouldn't summon for Lorelei, right? If you consider going for anything more than one copy of Timeless Aiona, you're already in a monetary situation where just do what you want. Do you think they added daily clan boss working blood moons like other gacha games? They should probably do so, yes. But I don't know when they'll add it. Like, for example, solo leveling, Arise, that is. They also took like a month, 2, 3, 4, maybe half a year until they added a clan boss. So, yeah, sure. I mean, clan boss, give us more ways to get blood tiers. I don't think anybody's gonna complain. But yeah, man, I hate survival stages. They're just more difficult for no reason. Played. As in no more, no.
Need help, little one? A promise that's not a customer must be fulfilled. That's not a customer. My box will keep.
Like, if you don't have a strong tank, having a Lorelei just makes it so much easier. Because all these melee units, they don't even get a chance to hit. Do I play any other gacha games? I've played a lot of them. I've pretty much played a lot of them overall. But no, actively I'm currently only playing 2, and both of those are the ones I do cover on YouTube. I am sorry for that voice crack on the YouTube side of things. I don't know what happened. I should get myself something to drink. Between Seth and Agara, which should I pick? Seth. Wait, why don't you go with T Hearty? What other game do I cover? Another Moonton based game, Tower Defense, Dark Fantasy, Watcher of Realms, if you're interested, but yeah. Silver and Blood available on PC? Yes. Do I have a daily job? I'm currently a student, apparently. I'm currently a student. It probably is lore relevant. So how about you get to chapter 17 and figure it out yourself? What's the best story team lineup? Any of the top 10 characters out of our tier list, and then just the highest BP you can make with those characters, right? But in general, you want 1 tank, 1 healer, 1 buffer, and 2 DPS. That is what you're looking for to make like the best story lineup. What am I studying? I'm supposed to be studying, supposed to become a teacher. I'm supposed to become a PE and chemistry teacher, but I don't think that that thing is getting finished anytime soon, realistically. Do we still get rewards after chapter 10 as in the 10 pulls? Yes, it goes all the way up to chapter 18. You get a 10 pull every single chapter. It just opens another event. Like, beat chapter 10 and you get another event where it goes all the way to 17. Yeah, the chemistry between characters, indeed. Eternal student. I don't know what you mean. You found me and watched to start this game because I've been hooked on it since? Yep. We've been having a lot of fun for the last... What is it now? The 26th was day 30. So we're on like day 35? I don't know. You love how... yeah, I mean... As long as you don't think about it, it's easy to forget that it exists. You know what I mean? Like, sacrifices have to be made somewhere. If I can get an extra 10 pull by increasing the cup size a little bit, I'm fine with it, you know? as long as the game stays as generous as it is, they can crank that up a little bit more. Needs more content like daily bosses. I mean, we do have the gear bosses, right?
We won.
But yeah, we've talked about clan bosses, right? No, I mean what we're referring to. What is this? 35 summons. No, thank you. Okay, I mean these are fun, right? Like if you make it to 15-8, you're probably gonna struggle with. Because these are 3 bosses each day, like 3 different ones rather than 2 different ones right here. But yeah, sure. I mean, another daily activity, I think we would all agree would be a nice thing, huh? This game made you realize how much of it... You don't have to put it into words, Reinhard, okay? Some things you can keep to yourself and some things you never admit to, okay? No matter how dire the situation, no matter how grave the accusations, just pretend that you don't know what they're talking about, okay? For certain things, you just claim innocence until proven guilty, okay? It just turns out better, trust me. Looks French but is German. I don't know who that could be. But yeah, I find it interesting. In my life, I haven't ever heard as many people compare me to a Frenchman. But it is also, to a degree, my own fault because I find it fun to pronounce words in a way that only a Frenchman would, right? Like, for example, instead of Henry, you could just say Henri, right? And then everybody's gonna assume that you have to be French because why would you go out of your way to say Henri instead of Henry? So yeah, I just do it for fun.
The hour of execution has come.
Yeah, Thierry, Henri, but it still leads to be like, you French? But no, I don't speak any French besides the stereotypical stuff, right? You know the deal. Good old croissant and everything else like that. But look at Van Helsing, man. And then people were like, oh, he's not a story character. But okay, let's be honest here. Before they introduced Fleeting Bella, Van Helsing wasn't a story character, right? Before they introduced Fleeting Bella, Van Helsing was too clunky for the story. He was too expensive, and when you did get his ultimate off, it just didn't do enough. Which obviously isn't quite the case anymore, but also look at that massive CC. Look at that massive CC by Lorelei, and keep in mind, the Eye of Truth level 5 only makes her attack more often, leading to more sleeps. Yeah, leading to more sleeps. Huh? What are we doing here? Are we meant to fight this 20k BP deficit? I don't know. But yeah, you can already kind of see that this is getting close to like our limit. Because our Bella is getting shredded like there's no tomorrow, right? The only reason why we're surviving is because Lorelei decides to set them all to sleep and Van Helsing is our general delete button. That is the only reason why we're still making progress. Lorelei and Van Helsing.
What chance do evil and
140,000? That's probably too much.
little one.
116 versus 140. I mean, to be fair, it all depends on how long can Bella survive. Right? Like, the longer Bella can survive, the bigger of a chance we actually have at beating this stage. But you see how our Van Helsing does basically no damage? Did we have him behind someone? You're sending Agara's ribs in PvP, but he hasn't been that helpful. He's not necessarily a character known for his story progress. But yeah, okay, you could say we're currently trolling a bit. So let's try Van Helsing where he actually gets his passive effect. Like, we're kind of lucky. You see how our Lorelei is actually targeting the Lamia? I do believe the only reason why we're getting even close to any results is because Lamia is getting put to sleep. Like, look at how often she's getting put to sleep. Do not underestimate Lorelei. Yeah, don't underestimate Lorelei, people. The lore of the game is good? Absolutely. You're only 60? Yeah, I mean, our free-to-play is on like 53? We still haven't pushed it fully, though.
Need help, little one? I promise that's not a possible.
But yeah, then again, once more, you're not in a real rush, right? Like, anything past 86k does not bring you any benefits for now, right? There's no real reward for you waiting after going above 80. So you only really need to get to 80. You don't need to get to 100, you just need to get to 80. Or better said, 86. I have one question. Why sometimes my Lorelei walks in front of everyone? It's not melee, it's about her having to get into range of the target she's targeting. So, for example, right here. So this is Lorelei's range, right? For example, this happens with the Bella. Bella stays behind, and then Lorelei targets Bella's summons. When Bella's summons die, Lorelei retargets onto Bella. And then when Bella is out of this normal mage range, Lorelei has to move forward to actually hit Bella, right? So it just has to do with targeting. Should VH always stay in the back row? Yes, the greater distance between Van Helsing and the enemies, the bigger damage she deals, courtesy of effective range. I don't know if off-tanking with the Van Helsing is the best thing you could do. But you know, sometimes, like, as long as it works, you're not doing anything wrong, right? As long as it works, you're not doing anything wrong.
Before the face of justice.
That more range, more damage was new info for you. Almost all marksmen have that. Timeless Aiona will also have that perk. So it's good that you now got familiar with it, because you're going to need it or you're going to be making use of it in the future regardless. But this is where it stops, I would say. So I don't see us beating this because of these archers. We don't have a way to reach the archers, and we can only sleep the melee. We can only sleep the melee, guys. Tinoa 2? Yes, Tinoa 2. You have a hard time finding exactly how the guild summon works? No, it is only you yourself. So, if you want to get a Siren, it is only you doing your daily quest each day. But once a month, there's an event called the Clan Hunt. During the Clan Hunt, you and your guild work together to slay bosses, and then based on that you end up in a ranking. The higher your guild ranks, the bigger amounts of meat of rebirth do you get sent through the mail, and that is what like pushes you towards getting that next copy faster. That's why your boy Noah feels weak. Yeah, I mean, make sure if you go to a marksman character and you check out his talent, you always see it's the talent, and then the first one says effective range, and then it says when other units blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's this effective range tag. If my guild is low attendance, should you join a guild with high attendance? Yes, but it's only important during clan hunts, okay? Like, you don't yet have to join a guild, but you should probably join one earlier, and more likely for you to find one.
Need help, little one?
Okay, what do we do here? How do we deal with this?
Need help, little one? Those who don't know subsist
Yeah, I don't know.
shall be punished.
Like, I don't like these archers one bit. We could try setting the golden archer to sleep. And then just use Van Helsing. Tino weaker, but he has better survivability due to summons taking portion of the damage, massive AoE burst. He also has single target after his ultimate. Your 40 pulls from the selector for Seth will be a huge upgrade. For your 3-person teams, absolutely. But for your like main team, you're probably still gonna use Steroid Aiona quite a lot. Who should you get in the Ancestral Coffin if you only have T. Amy? Harty or Seth, right? Any of the two. Any of the two. Alright, let's try it a bit differently. Yeah, I don't like these archers. Oof.
Need help, little one?
Okay, let's try that again. Ooh, maybe. If we can kill that melee guy, we might actually walk out of this successfully. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Before the face of justice.
Hey, Loki Magix, welcome, welcome. You're making big progress, huh? We ready for clan hunt. Alright, 17-8. I feel like we're in territory where we're not quite meant to be. Right? Is that
Need help, little one?
what the fuck is this? Have you ever had a nightmare where all your summons turned out to be mass? What is this? Massception. I feel like we're dead. Not only do we not have the BP, but that's a lot of masses, man. Okay, let's check out. Yep, this is in fact nightmare mode. Let's see what happens. Okay, so there's 2 masses that actually do something, and then there's 3, or better said 6 masses that just charge. What are they charging for? Uh-oh. Is that the... No, They are charging their ultimate. Okay, so we're facing 2 boss masses as well as 6 highly suicidal masses. Fantastic. Okay. So we have the ability to cancel the left side ults, and we can try bringing a Dalcalo to deal with the right side masses. Big problem, we would have to take out Lamia, and Lamia is significantly higher BP than our Dalcalo, so we're probably still cooked, but we're gonna try. Stare at Aiona. What if we ult with Fleeting Bella when they blow up? Then Fleeting Bella is safe, but she won't be able to solo these guys, alright?
Want my help?
Okay, let's see. 113 versus 140. We have luckily the sleeps from Lorelei to deal with... almost. We can almost deal with all the masses. Oh no, we can. Every mass is sleeping. Fantastic. So we now have a bunch of basic attacking masses in our face. Fantastic. We don't have the damage for this. Okay. That's a lot of funky masses. But yeah, we need a bit more BP. Like, I don't see a way for us to get out of this alive, because our Van Helsing just doesn't kill. Right? So, mass OP confirmed. You know, if I could run 8 masses versus 5 enemies, I think I would most likely win. Yes. Deficit is too much? Absolutely. And there's not much we can do about it, but also we're not in a rush. Right? Like, this is the kind of mindset I have at the moment. Why do I need to beat the story level? Exactly. I can just wait a day, 2 days, 3 days. What do I care about a tier 8 Faithkeeper? Like, if I want a tier 8, I can also play Clive. You know? So, okay, we have an EX stage we can play though. Let's see if we can beat this one.
Need help, little one?
Ooh, Seth again. But we're not gonna use her. Muhahaha. We're going to try our standard team and see what happens.
Shall be punished. A promise.
To exert, not insert. If I were to insert dominance, I would have to ask you where. Where would I insert said dominance? But, yeah, I don't know. Go, Van Helsing, save us! See? This is how you deal with an EX stage. You don't do anything right and you just wait for Van Helsing to save you.
Did we overdo it?
All the EX stages after are significantly easier, and trust me, the solution to most of them, at least at the moment, is just Van Helsing it. Right? Like, that is truly one of the solutions of all time. Just Van Helsing it. How much BP do we need to get all the rewards from the last 3 bosses of TOT? 86,000. Because the moment you unlock the bosses, your units get boosted to level 200. You just need 86,000 to unlock them, and then you're done. 86,000 is the magic number.
Purify the tainted souls.
I'm wondering if I should currently push the tower. You know what? I'm not going to push the tower. Because otherwise, I don't have any content to show Timeless Aiona in. Remember when people were complaining we were putting Van above Lamia? Totally justified, obviously, right?
Those who don't know subservience shall be punished.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I am still not quite certain how useful it will be for her to have a shield. Like, you're not meant to let her get hit by anyone anyway.
Don't know subservience
So,
shall be punished.
why would you need a synergy with Stereoid Aiona? And also, keep in mind, if you want the synergy between her and Stereoid Aiona, you either get it with the ult, which might place you closer to the enemy, or you get it with the special. But for the special, you would need to place her one row to the front, because otherwise you're not getting the Stereoid Aiona passive,
For the
right? So, I'm not 100% sure if Aiona is as good as Bella. Oh, I can't wait. You know, I can't wait to show you the next meta team. The meta team is gonna go something like this. Okay, people. For the meta team, you're gonna use Bella, Aiona. And then you'll be fine. A lot of Bella. A lot of Aiona. And then that's gonna be the next few teams. And then in a year, I give you this following team. Okay, so in the back row, you're using a Van Helsing standard. As a tank, you're using Primetime Van Helsing. As a healer, you're using Van Helsing Christmas Edition. As your support, you're using Van Helsing Child version. And then as your second DPS, you're using alternate Dark Side Van Helsing. And that's going to be the 5 Van Helsing team. Yeah. Fun times ahead. Swimsuit Van Helsing is gonna be the mascot, which is the 6th slot for your team. Van Helsing is king. Currently, yes. Now the big question is, will Timeless Aiona be his queen? Or will she murder him for divorce money? Oh, absolutely, no. This child version thing, the moment I said it, I already realized I don't want it in the game. Like, I gotta be honest with you here. I just couldn't think of a 6th version. So, yeah, this is already cutting it close. While the in-game module does redeem it a bit, but if we can stay away from child versions, then that would be perfect.
Don't wander around aimlessly. You can
Oh, Transcendent Mass. Now we're getting somewhere. What do I think you need to do with your resources? Make sure you have 1 Bella, get 1 Lorelei, and then save the rest for Timeless. Or get more Bellas, get more Lorelei's, and get Timeless later. That is pretty much to a degree up to you. They will be able to be used together. You can use Aiona and Aiona. Okay, so our goal, maximum Van Helsing, maximum fleeting Bella affinity. Affronted Justice, so no. And she also says no. Perfect. So, Van Helsing, Lorelei, Stereoid, Bella. Daikalo, you're just weird. Why are we getting another Aiona though? I have no idea. The only thing I know from someone that told me is that this Aiona
You can confide in me.
is a past version of Aiona. Right? Stereoid, while she was working for the kingdom. And this Aiona is the actual Aiona.
I'm lost. Follow the moonlight.
So, Timeless Aiona is definitely before Aiona. But it might be after or before Stereoid. I have no idea. We can now use 3 Aionas in one team. Absolutely. That is going to be the best team ever. That skin,
Is something
yeah, it's totally useless, doesn't look good, and we should all complain about it. But Averb, think about it realistically. The Timeless Aiona would have had to been in planning even before the game released. I don't think they came up with Timeless Aiona in the last 30 days. I highly doubt it. I feel like Timeless Aiona's been in the works a bit longer. The whole story lends itself to alternative versions of characters, so I expect a lot of that. I mean, we can also just get new characters. I don't think anybody really minds too much. But yeah. The Timeless Aiona event is obviously gonna have lore again, and it's gonna explain some stuff. So maybe this is one of these events where we actually have to pay attention, you know? Ooh, stage 6 is open today. I didn't even know. Any of you that did stage 5 instead of stage 6 today? If yes, my condolences. In the long term, will Ancestors overshadow all the SSRs? No. I mean, currently none of the Ancestors are in the top 5 units in the game. It's just that the way I see it, Ancestors are gonna be just more unique in what they do, or like potentially like Ancestors are gonna be key pieces of a team, but they're probably not gonna be like the very strongest unit in the game type of deal. Alright, we need to find number 32. There could possibly be a limited Ancestor sooner than later, huh? Yeah, could be. But who are we to know, right? Could be Halloween, could be Christmas, could be never. The only thing you can do to prepare, like I said it before, but now that we know which kind of banners we're looking at, the only thing you can prepare for a potential limited Ancestor would be always sit on a reserve. Always sit on like a 70 summon reserve, because if you sit on 70 summons and they announce a Ancestor limited banner, you're gonna have enough to get that Ancestor, right? So if you want to be perfectly prepared, never drop below 70. Make 70 summons your like reserve fund. Which one is the best to pick from the selector? T-Hearty. T-Hearty is the best to pick currently, but you could also pick Seth, I guess. Yeah, if you sit on 70 summons, you're gonna be able to get 120 by the time the Ancestor gets announced. And the reason why is because Ancestral banners, as far as we can tell, will always give you 30 summons extra on summon 10, 50 and 100. And you always get another 10 from an event shop, as well as 10 from a login event. So as long as you're 70 summons on a cushion, then you're gonna be able to get whoever you need, right? They all come with that, as far as I can tell, because it did describe it as a general, like the way, see, instead of this saying this is this specific event, they talked about it like this was how every Ancestor event is going to be. See? The Ancestral Embrace event, rather than this Ancestral Embrace, it's talking about the. So Ancestral Embrace as a whole. See, it's called Ancestral Embrace event Cycle of Destruction, and then the next one would be Ancestral Events Cycle of Christmas, right? So the Ancestral Embrace event features the 10, 50, 100 guaranteed 10 pull. So I don't know, it looks like 70 is a good call, no matter what. Like if you sit on a 70 cushion, you're gonna be able to get whatever I guess you need. I tried to break the 200. Ardang or Andang, a lot of people came into this game scared of the Nike 160 or 200 wall, but you're getting so many summons here. By the time you reach the resources required to bring your characters from 160 to 161, you are guaranteed. You're guaranteed to have enough characters with 3 extra copies. Right?
Come again.
Like on our free-to-play, we're currently, I don't know, a month and a half away from hitting 161 on every character. And we already have 4 out of 5 on 3 extra copies. Huh? There is no other character with Aiona. See, this is the interesting part about the Aiona banner. A lot of you were asking for downtime, right? A lot of you were like, oh, we're getting too many characters too fast. This is a 14-day event with 1 character. Okay? So the way the current time period is, we now have 1 week where nothing happens, right? The week has started. Nothing happens between now and the 7th. But also nothing will happen between the 14th and the 21st. So instead of us getting 2 characters and then 1 week break, this time we're getting 1 character and 1 week break. So there is no second character. The next character would be on the 21st. So Aiona comes on the 7th, disappears on the 21st, and on the 21st would be the next character, which is in 3 weeks from now, right? Okay, we have a temple. Do we have any believers? Let's see. SSR believers, question mark. Do we have SSR believers in chat? Yes or no? No? Whoever just voted yes and took back your vote, you're making me very sad. Very sad. You only have 3 SSRs with 4 copies. I still need another 2, so it may take a while. Okay, which level are your units on? Which level are your units? The 131. You're going to need a month plus minimum before you get to 161. Do you really think you won't be able to get 2 extra SSRs to 4 copies in a month? Like, think about all the units you've pulled the last 30 days. You really think you're not going to be able to get 2 more SSRs to 4 copies in 30 days? Right? Like, keep in mind, you also need the resources to go from 160 to 161. Yeah, 130 to 160 is gonna be like 20 to 30 days on the more casual side of things, right? For new player for 13 days, I have 3 units at level 115 or 120. Ooh, sweet. Okay, here we go. 68% of you said yes. Let's see if you're lying. Unfortunate. You're not using your regular pulls anymore. You will wait after next banner done? Sure. Like, if you want to wait with your normal summons until Timeless Aiona gets added, you can do so. But at least for me personally, I've never been one to pull ancestors from here anyway. So I just continue hunting for an Acapella, maybe a Van Helsing, maybe a Bella or a Dicarlo. I don't know how to tell early, right? I said I was saving those? No. Someone else said they were gonna save theirs. I never said I will save mine. How to best farm currency solely. Dailies. Right? Like, if you don't have enough solely, you can wait a day. Get them there. You can buy solely from the event shop. Should you buy sunscreen or save? Buy the sunscreen. And then get yourself the millions of blood chalice. Okay, not millions, but still. Yeah, even as a free to play, I didn't think about it. I just bought the blood chalice. But I mean, it depends, right? Do you want to be progress focused, or do you want to be character collection focused? Right? If you just want to get as many characters as possible, skip the sunscreen. If you also want to make progress, if you want to break through 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, then you're gonna have to use the event resources to get yourself even more divine blood. Transcendent Canes? Yep, I can't wait to get Transcendent Cane. It's gonna be such an awesome experience. Can't wait. It is indeed hard to be a free-to-play player as well as a completionist. Those things, especially in certain gacha games, they don't tend to go very well together. You do get pulls in the event? No. I don't get pulls anywhere. Because all my stuff is bought out. Hehehe. You actually spend 10k worth of divine blood on the 30. As long as you'll be able to buy out the rest of the shop, you're fine. If you're gonna miss out on shop rewards now, yeah, now that's when you're in trouble. Right? See, that is when you're in a bad spot.
As you wish.
You bought the divine blood in past 140 and started to buy blood for upgrading faction. That's fine. Thoughts about otherworldly faction? Halloween or Christmas? I don't know. I don't see any otherworldly characters arriving before Halloween or Christmas. Okay. Should be able to buy it all and get solely if you played it right. Yeah, I know, but if someone spends 10k event currency, that's a lot, right? So there might be a situation in which they weren't able to get all. Agara's and the mean is your first temple on your old account. That is a very sweet start. What was it? Was it Sensor Tower for like the gacha numbers review? No. Which was the site that everybody's using to like quote unquote estimate gacha revenue? Is it gacha revenue tracker? You just got it off the Reddit thread. Yeah, all right, let's check it out. Games, list. No, this is not the way you do this. I'm not super familiar with this, but I guess we can check right here. So, okay, let's see. What the fuck? What the fuck did Honkai Star Rail do? Oh, it's the Fate collab, right? Honkai Star Rail is the Fate collab, right? That's why they're up so high. Goddamn Fate collab, man. Okay. So Genshin, yeah, Uma Musume, they're just cooking. Nika 26, Fate. Let's see. Persona 8.7. I'm not sure if this number is correct. I gotta be honest with you here. I do believe this number should be higher. I do believe the number for Silver and Blood should be higher because, keep in mind, this number right here was the first 6 days of launch. Right? Like, I don't think this one makes a lot of sense, because this was 26th to 31st. This was 5 days. This was the estimation for 5 days. And this is the estimation for 30 days? No way. Like, how can this be 5 days and this is 30? It's probably higher. But it also doesn't make a difference. Like, it's all imaginary numbers at the end of the day anyway. Hello there, Westerners! It is 11:28 here in C, or in C, which means for you, you'll have your reset in 4 hours, 4.5 hours, huh? Funny stuff.
As you wish.
Yeah, no, but what the number tells you at least is the game better have the monetary value to afford animated ultimates, right? Like, the only thing we should take away as a community from this is they should give us animated ultimates on the skins. That is the only thing we have to take away from that number.
Punished.
No matter what, this number is enough for them to just give us ultimate animation changes on skins. That's all we need to take away from this. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions there. But overall, we can just assume the devs are doing well, and when the devs are doing well, that means we can get generous resources, right? That is all this is meant to tell us. Kane! Get them!
A promise that's not a question must be fulfilled.
No! How did he lose?
My turn.
How did he lose? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Execution has come.
Desire beckons. This is quite interesting. I refuse all sacrifice. I refuse all sacrifice.
A promise.
If this works like the MLBB skins, another Moonton game, we might get animation revamps for the paid skins eventually. I don't know. But I feel like the devs are smart. The devs listen to the community. So they probably heard that people were unhappy with the skins not having different ults. So I don't know. Maybe they change old skins. Maybe we get it from new skins moving forward. Worst case scenario, we just have to wait for a higher quality of skin to actually provide us with what we're looking for. The fuck are we doing here? How are we losing? Van Helsing, what did you smoke? What the fuck are you doing? Useless. Let's do that again.
As you wish.
I still remember. Those who don't know subservience shall be punished.
I refuse all sacrifice.
All raw materials for my merchandise. That's not.
Either need animations or skins gonna come with pulls. The Daikalo skin came with pulls. So yeah. At least the Daikalo skin came with pulls, and it has different voice lines, I guess. Speaking of PvP, you never won a Crucible match before? Yeah, but that is because you need a lot of gear. You need a lot of gear to win a Crucible match.
This is quite interesting.
But Aiona doesn't. Yes, Aiona does in fact not. Okay, Kane, save us.
Delightful game, shall we?
A promise that's
Like, I don't think Team 3 should be stronger than this team, and I also don't believe that our Van Helsing should be losing. Like, What are we doing? How are we losing against that team? It don't want to go into my head.
As you wish.
I still remember how to use power. Remember to protect me, little Bella!
This is quite interesting.
A promise. Revelation must be fulfilled. Into the turbid currents of fate. The flow of time. The return for
Thank you, Van Helsing. Now only Bella into Van Helsing. Thank you. Why not like this from the beginning? Right? How do we make sure Summer Bella always ults Van Helsing? You can't. Like, to some degree I thought it was highest attack. Didn't turn out to be. Someone said it was distance, so the unit that is closest to to Fleeting Bella is the one to do it. I tried that. In certain scenarios worked, in certain scenarios it didn't. And then, like, the best I could come up with at the moment is whichever unit is the closest to F Bella to the left of her is the one that gets prioritized. That's the closest I could come up with, but sometimes it still just hits fleeting, it still hits someone else for no reason, right? Like, it's just weird. You're struggling 5 fragments, you level 141 with tier 7 gear level 4. I tried almost every strategy, but not working very well. Bring a melee tank. Like, take out Bella. Get rid of Bella, bring a melee tank. You have to make sure only the 2 of them are in the back line. Yeah, but if you do that, you also lose out on the healing, right? If you do that, you also lose out on the healing.
raw materials for my merchandise.
Okay, we can beat this guy. We can beat Kyoki. Quite easily so.
How dreadfully dumb.
Because if we pull Van Helsing, then there won't be any fleeting Bella action. Tihati works, the DOT team can work. You should probably use Van Helsing and an AoE damage dealer. Like, you want to deal with the bugs until you get to the boss, and then you want to deal with the sword phase by trying to tank it. Though I highly doubt we're gonna find Kyoki multiple times. If I could, I would, but I'm always getting paired with Kuratha and Lise. So... And I don't want to attack Loki magics, but I want to see what his team does.
For my merchandise.
This positioning should be swapped. Let's teach him a lesson, okay? Let's teach him a lesson about how Van Helsing should be swapped with Acapella's positioning. So yeah, like, if a team only has Fleeting Bella and Van Helsing as their only DPS, just pull the Van Helsing. Like, if you can pull the Van Helsing, you've already won. But keep in mind, there is ways how the enemy can stop you from pulling Van Helsing. Like, for example, like this. If they have a defense team where there's a unit behind Van Helsing, then you cannot pull Van Helsing, right? So keep in mind, that is very well, I think.
Violence and conflict intertwine. Great riches abound. Care to give it a try?
Okay, now let's actually tell Mr. Loki Magics that he's supposed to swap Acapella and Van Helsing positioning for Arena. Main clan chat. Add Loki Magics. Change Acap and VH positioning in your Arena dev. There you go. Man, I don't want to face these two. Like, they have too much investment in their units. Can I get someone else? You should also put GG get good? No. I'm gonna attack him a second time though. Which might be even worse. 12k more Divine Blood, but I'm out of resources now. You're gonna get 40 hours worth of Divine Blood every day for the next 7 days. So it's just a matter of time. And I want to share my combo with the guy who pulls the enemy in normal Hearty. You put Amy in front of the guy who pulls, and they both target the pulled enemy and kinda burst it. Probably has a 75% kill rate. It depends on who you're facing, right? Like, if you're facing a guy with 130k BP, you probably won't be able to kill whoever you are trying to kill in time.
Great riches abound.
Okay, who else do we have above us? Krillox and Kyoki. Can we get Krillox or Kyoki as our enemies? I don't want to fight Lise or Kuratha. It always ends in problems for me personally. Because I'm just gonna get attacked back. You see? Right, we're just gonna get attacked back by Lise and then we're just gonna lose points. Oh no, it's Lil Monkey. Okay, how many points did we actually gain here? 13. How many do we gain if we attack Lil Monkey?
Where violence
11.
intertwine.
Now 11 isn't that bad.
Care to give it a try?
11 is pretty good. Qatar. Can we beat Qatar? Ah, okay. So we would have to beat him the traditional way. He's using a basic / standard defense.
Need help, little one? Desire beckons.
So we would just have to be better.
Remember to protect me, little Bella.
Okay. In this team, would you replace T. Amy with if you don't have her? You could run a Friedrich if you wanted to. But like the main purpose of this team is try to buy your Van Helsing as much time as possible for him to like take out the enemy. Kind of. But it also requires a good Van Helsing. That's for sure. I mean, usually before I had T. Amy, I just used an acapella. I just use an acapella instead, right? Yeah. Is the temple for limited summons or normal ones? Normal ones. 10 standard summons, so you can get a 20th of a Van Helsing Awakening. Isn't that great? Do we attack Lil Monkey again? What a name. Let's attack him one more time.
How dreadfully dull.
The temple got you nothing? Aww. Maybe the next temple is better. Ooh, our old order's all fucked up. But I guess it still works. 14-6? If there is a trial unit, use the trial unit. If there's a boss, interrupt the boss. What do I think is the best team for defense? This one.
Intertwine. Great riches abound.
Like, this formation currently is the best one for defense. Bella in the front, T. Amy in the back, Van Helsing in front of T. Amy, Acapella, and then Fleeting Bella.
Where violence and conflict intertwine, great riches abound.
Your temples get you in Nicole? Sweet. You said you were working on the character skills, upgrade tier list, what to pry. Haven't touched the feature and don't know what to upgrade. You can, technically, you could spend, like, you've seen my tier list, right? If you've seen my tier list, investing into any of the top 10 characters is perfect, right? But I will make an updated where to spend your skills guide, but only once we get to the reset event. And the reset event is... What is it? Is it like the 7th? I don't know. But I do like... I have a video giving you skill priority ideas. It's a bit older. Doesn't include Fleeting Bella and Lorelei. But for the skill reset event on the... Let's see, where is it? On the 7th. Yeah, so you'll have a video on the 6th, probably. Why didn't I receive my tempos in my account? You logged in every day? Because they haven't been sent yet. The guys that got their tempo are Sia. They're Asia, right? Their servers are 17 hours ahead. For those of us that start with 10 or 15, we're getting hours in 3 hours 15 minutes. We're getting hours in 3 hours 15 minutes. Okay, so PvP done. Infinite Abyss, we're keeping...
My forte.
If you're wondering why am I not pushing Infinite Abyss, it is so I have a piece of content I can show you Timeless Aiona in, okay? That is the only reason we're not pushing it. It's just so I can show you content and I can actually have some Timeless Aiona gameplay. Because I'm scared that I get myself a Timeless Aiona and then I won't have anything to show her off in. Right? Like obviously we can do Time 1, we can do the boss, but especially BP wise, we're probably not going to be able to push 17-8. So, oh, we have a second EX stage. Didn't even see that one. Does defense only work if you're too strong? To mid account you lost too much crit? You don't lose any crit. Van Helsing in the second row doesn't lose any crit. You only lose crit if you have someone in front of Van Helsing. And that is only when it's your character. Like, I can prove it to you, okay? Okay. Lupus, I'll give you recommendations. But, okay, first off. Look at Van Helsing. He only has one tile in front of him. You see that, right? We start the fight. And you click on Van Helsing and you see his crit rate going up. Right? He does not need 2 slots in front. You see? Plus 15%. Plus 22.5. 27.5. He does not need 2 slots in front. If you think that's like an arena thing, I can buy an arena entry just for you. Okay? We buy an arena entry. We enter into the fight. And then just for you, we put him into the second row. Okay. Put him into the second row.
As you wish.
Now look at Van Helsing. Okay, Van Helsing's in the second row. Plus 12.5. $25. Oh, not 25. 22.5. $30. He does not. Okay? He does not need 2 slots in front. How do you lose a lot when you choose this comp? It's a good defense comp. Doesn't mean it's a good offense comp. Fuck, now we lost. Aw, it is whatever. We just spent 40 gems for no reason. Okay, let's go back. Someone wanted to ask what he should be doing for a reroll. Super simple, okay? So, Lupus. There are 6 characters in this game, okay? And these 6 characters are all part of a very specific faction called the Ancestors. Okay? So the only thing you want to do is get one of these 6. If you are someone that likes rerolling, get any of these 6 in your first 50 summons. The way you get 50 summons is quite simple. You go into the game, you play through the story, you get to chapter 1-5. 1-5 unlocks the mail system, 1-5 unlocks the pre-registration rewards and stuff. So once you get to 1-5, you have around 50 summons. If you can get one of these 6 that all share this same faction right here in your first 50, you're done. Okay? Anything else comes after, right? There's certain SSRs you want, but the ancestors are just harder to get, right? Acapelling it by Karl. Ressa, Piera, Agara's Hearty in Acapella. Yeah, done. You're done. You're done. Okay, so let me give you one last tip. There is this Blue Dawn banner right here. And this banner has rewards, okay? Summon 150, summon 300, summon 450 gives you certain rewards, okay? And you're gonna get a coffin. If you hit 150 summons on this banner, and you haven't pulled, let me make it a bit more recognizable. If you haven't pulled this unit, by the time you hit 150 summons, she is who you pick from your selector. If you have pulled her by 150, you pick this guy. That is all you need to know about like next of most of your rerolling process. If you're looking for any videos about the game, which you should, like mistakes to avoid and stuff, everything on my channel. We have like 150 videos related to the game, so whatever you need, you'll find it. And then what else? One last thing. I feel like I wanted to tell you one more thing. Oh yeah, don't use your gems, okay? Like, don't use your moon tears on this banner. Big no-no. You either want to use it on any of these 2 banners, which you unlock when you beat 2-1, which is the first chapter of chapter 2. And then you could also, if you have the patience, save all your gems you get right now until the 7th of August. And then on the 7th of August, there will be a new character who you can pull for. But if you don't even have either VH or Serrate and you don't need them right now, probably pull either until you get one of them through other means. No, you get 2 coffins. See, he said he already has an acapella, and he gets 1 coffin at 150, 1 coffin at 300. So yeah, you use some of your gems for your 4th 10 pull. If you want to, you can do more rerolls, but you don't have to, right? Yeah. So if you want the perfect start, okay? Lupus, if you want the perfect start, push your account until chapter 2-1 and try to get 1 copy of her, okay? Try to get her once. And then save, and then you could probably get an ancestor. Which copy to get in the Echo Shop? Yeah. No, there's no point saving it for the 200 thingy. At least at the moment in game, the only purpose of this currency is Van Helsing. Right? There's no other purpose for Fragrant Residue besides Van Helsing. Like, you have 3 choices, okay? Van Helsing, Lamia, or Dal Carlo. Anybody else? Go to the other events tab to show me. Who wants to show you what?
Look forward to your next visit. Do remember to come back.
To show him? Oh, this one? I mean, what does it help you, right? This girl, right? This girl right here arrives on the 7th. I'm free to play and was playing for 5 days. You got a fleeting Bella. Should you save for the next banner? You can, yes. Though, if you wanted to, you could summon for her, right? If you want to summon for Lorelei, if a limited unit is something you're interested in, then you can summon for her because she won't be back until whenever her banner comes back. And the next unit to arrive on the 7th, the Ancestor, is not limited. But you can get her at 120 summons. So if you have a fleeting Bella, and you'll get a lot of gems through the story and in the beginning, you can guarantee yourself a fleeting, a timeless Aiona. Huh? Show him the coffins? I cannot. I mean, I would have to swap accounts. Right? Because I've already finished off the coffins on the main account. I level 5 SSRs and I feel like I'm screwed with upgrade currency. They're all level 60 and it's difficult to level them higher. Event. There's currently an event, and that event has the ability to give you multiple hours worth of Divine Blood. And you can then use that Divine Blood to break through the level 60 wall, right? Will there be new characters? Absolutely there will be. Just reset? No? What reset? Reset what? But okay, Lupus, the event we're talking about is this one, right? The standard event where you get these coffins where you can pick any SSR and you just want to pick these two, right? Stereoid, Aiona, Van Helsing. You can get that twice. Make sure you get all of them by your 300th summon. And then this one we don't have to talk about yet. For DPS unit, I already have Lamia and Dekalo. Is it enough for now? I would still try to pick up a Van Helsing. I would still try to pick up a Van Helsing, but I mean, the way it looks like, she's going to be a DPS, right? She's our next unit to arrive on the 7th, so in 6 days. And yeah, she is going to be a DPS. She's going to be an Ancestor, and you can guarantee her within 120. But realistically, you only need 70 summons. You just got your second coffin, you have all the SSRs I need. Do I just use it on Van Helsing? Yes, you can. You can just use it on Van Helsing, absolutely. Is there a benefit to having level 200 SSRs? No. At least not a big benefit. The only reason you want level 200 SSRs is because of this tree, right? You see how this tree... So this is the transfusion tree. You only need to level 5 units at a time. Once you get to, I think it's chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, you'll unlock this and then you need to level 5 units and you can take the level of your top 5 and put it to everybody else. The reason why you want SSRs at 200... does it matter which units you level up early on? Yes. You should level up units that can help you. So, okay, let me give you a team composition, okay? You've already told me who you pulled. So, you want to level up Acapella. You want to level up Jestel.
I've been waiting for you. Come, let us begin.
You want to level up Aiona.
Follow the moonlight.
So, Aiona, Jestel, Acapella. And then, who else did you say you get? Ayagaris and Hearty. I guess you can level those. Yeah, Ayagaris, Aiona, Jestel, Acapella, and Wrestle. Yeah, pretty much. Will the pity system here continue when the banner changes? It will be saved for the next banner after. Right? So the pity on your limited banner is saved until the next limited banner. But on the Ancestor banner, it will be back to 0.
A fulfilling day.
Oh yeah, do these surveys, please. 300 gems. Don't forget to do these survey invitations. And whenever they ask you to recommend someone, always say my name. Right? That's what you need to do. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I heard a lot of you were like, hey, I didn't see you in the survey, I added you in, and I'm like, whatever. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think we're fine. We have to find another day to push the account. We have to find another day to push the account, man. Resources are just gathering. We have too many resources. I don't want to push. But I have to. If I want to use these resources, I mean, we're 6 KBP down. We can justify using these. Yeah. I mean, we're 6 KBP down. On a 50 KBP, that's fine enough. So we can keep everything else. We can use these. We can use this one. We can make sure we use those. Use these. Use those right here. Get these ones in. Okay. I think we did it. So I would have to fit a tree with 5 SSRs level 200 to get the level for everyone. Keep in mind you need the resources first to get to level 200, right? Like, the hardest part is not getting 5 SSRs that can get to that level. No, the hardest part is getting the resources to get to that level, alright?
I'm in my element. That is not. Do you need me to examine?
So yeah, as you can see, we have 1 unit on level 140, 1 on 138, 2 on 135, and 1 on 131. Is there a way to transfer levels from one character to another? Yes, you pay 10 gems. The highest level are always going to be your top 5. So by paying 10 gems, you can reset a unit. And then you can pretty much transfer those levels over to whoever you want. The units in your tree are always your 5 leveled units, no matter what. So if you want to transfer your levels from one unit to the other, you either use them, you either put them on the transfusion tree, or you pay 10 gems to reset one of your units and just level someone else. There was something I wanted to do. There was something I wanted to do. Suspicious. Ah, yeah, I remember now.
Don't wander around aimlessly.
Let's send on an expedition. How long? 17 days. 18 days now, I believe. I mean, we can check out when we joined the guild, because we made the guild on that day. 19 days. This is our progress in 19 days. Or technically 18 because we haven't done any pushing today. Yeah.
A fulfilling day.
Alright, let's quickly get our affinity. So we want affinity on Cyrene, we want affinity on Van Helsing, and we want affinity on Harty. Okay, Van Helsing says yes. Bella says, I don't know. Harty says yes. Carlo says, I have no idea. And Cyrene says no, so we have to go with yes. Van Helsing, yes. Oh shit, Harty said no. We should have... okay. So I guess she changed her mind. Yeah, we take it. 3 characters, full affinity, we take it. Alright, let's upgrade that ritual chamber.
Impressive, right?
Oh yeah, the reason why I thought of using Ressa over Harty was that I managed to land a Ressa dupe. Oh sweet! Yeah, Ressa's cool. I like Ressa. You already have a Ressa dupe. Wow. Wowzers. Hey, what's up? Welcome, welcome. we're broke. Wow. We have 12,000 soli. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. New area I found that one today already. Where did they hide it? Come on, remember. Bum, bum. You can do it. Ah, there we go. Haha. Ka-ching. Is chapter 7-8 doable with level 80 vessels? Yes, I do believe so. I mean, let me check. Yeah, I do think absolutely with level 80 vessels you shouldn't... Or are you saying 8-7? Is it 7-8 or is it 8-7? Because if it's 8-7 then it's the survival stage and you might need some more help there. So what is it? Is it 7-8 or is it 8-7? 7-8? Yeah, no, I don't think you should struggle much on 7-8 if you have level 80 vessels. Do I play Nike? No, I don't. Rest I do with Agaras, beginner's luck, easy, easy. But yeah, keep in mind the goal, Lupus. Try to get a fleeting Bella from the summons. And yeah, the coffin picks, you already got those. And there's only so much I can tell you right here. So if you're interested in not making any mistakes, be sure to check out the YouTube channel and you should get everything you need right there.
See anything? Please come again. We look forward to your next visit.
A fulfilling day indeed.
Fleeting Bella into a steroid, Aiona into Van Helsing? Pretty much, yes. But keep in mind, you cannot select the Fleeting Bella from the coffin. Right? But yeah. Okay, we collected everything else. Looks good. Yep, 53,000 BP. Not bad, not bad. Alright people, I do believe this is where we ended today. It's been successful enough, but keep in mind, the interesting day as usual will be the 7th, right? We'll do a lot of summons, a lot of testing, a lot of interesting stuff on the 7th. Though, as always, we see each other again tomorrow around an hour after reset. No, I don't play Mobile Legends, bang bang. So, we see each other again an hour to an hour and a half after reset, as always. If you need any, if you have any questions until then, you can ask me there. If not, you can ask those below YouTube videos. Is tier 5 the highest level? The highest level is tier 10. Yeah. So the highest level is tier 9 that you can ascend into tier 10. Why is your SR Noah always on top of the hero list power? You probably favorited him. There's this favorite option right here. And if you favorite a hero, they are always on top. So make sure you disable or enable that symbol. We see each other tomorrow again. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, bye bye. 15,807, which server are you? US.